Are you thinking of making a move to the Denver metro area and you want to make sure it's going to fit within your budget? You're wondering, what does it cost to live here? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Today, I am in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, which is a suburb of Denver. We're about 30 minutes away from downtown Denver, maybe 20 on a good day. And I'm going to tell you what it costs to live here in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Now, some of this stuff you can utilize for research for living in the Denver metro area as well. Some of it is specific to Highlands Ranch. I'm Kathy Hansen, a local area realtor, and I'm also a suburban mom. And I love what I do, and I would love to help you with any real estate needs here in the Denver metro area. Now, as you can see, I am outside today. I've got a woodpecker in a tree right up here. We've got some landscaping going on because I am at the Highlands Ranch Mansion. But I wanted you to see, instead of my old boring office, to see some of the views that you get here in Highlands Ranch. Now, I'm gonna do kind of a 360 so that you can see behind me some of these mountain views. And I know today is not the clearest day, but on a super clear day, oh my gosh, they are gorgeous. Here's just a little bit of the view that's behind me in this video. And I know it's not a super clear day, but on a really clear day, check out those mountains. Now you see right back there, they're not snow-capped yet, but you will be able to see some snow on the far ones out there coming up not too long. To live in the United States, and most of that's probably attributed to our housing costs. So that's where we're going to start. The national average for a single priced home in all of the United States is about $416,000. Here in Highlands Ranch in July of 2023, our average sales price for a single family home was about $792,000. So if my math is correct in my head, that's about 75% higher than the national average, which is why U.S. News and World Reports declared us the 16th most expensive place to live, probably because of those housing costs. Now, I am going to show you just real quickly of what does your money buy here in regards to real estate here in the Highlands Ranch area. So this first home sold for $794,000 in September 2023. It's 1,906 square feet, plus it has 1,864 square feet in the finished basement. This home is 5 beds and 3 baths with a 3-car garage. Now, the second one sold for $780,000 in September 2023. Now, it's 3,225 square feet, plus it has 926 square feet in the finished basement. It's 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and it has a 3-car attached garage. And then this last one, this one sold for $775,000 on August 31st, 2023. It's 2,420 square feet with 1,244 square feet in the basement, and the basement is mostly finished. This one is 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and it also has a 3-car garage. Now, we do have some lesser priced homes here in Highlands Ranch. So we have townhomes, we have condos as well. The average sales price for a townhome in July was $575,000. And the average sales price for a condo was $457,000 here in Highlands Ranch, July 2023. Now, Highlands Ranch does have a wide variety of housing styles and prices. So there should be something here for everyone and for everyone's budget. Now, I also did a pros and cons video all about living in Highlands Ranch, and I'm going to post that, link that right here above. So go ahead and check out that video once you're done with this one if you want to know the good and the bad about living in Highlands Ranch. Now, the next thing to talk about in regards to cost of living is property taxes. Now, our property taxes here are fairly low compared to other parts in the country. But you do have to keep in mind that we do pay state income tax here. So that might be the difference. That might be what offsets it. But overall, from what I hear from people moving here from other parts of the country, is that our property taxes here are low. And one of the things to note about Highlands Ranch, so even though they have a metro district or the community association, they don't pay what we typically refer to as metro district taxes. Highlands Ranch was built in the early 1990s. So as communities go, it's a fairly new community in regards to towns and cities. And we don't have those metro district taxes here that we typically have in new construction communities here in the Denver metro area. Now, those metro district taxes, they can raise your property taxes by almost double. So it is something to look out for if you're looking at new construction communities here in the metro area. Highlands Ranch does not have those though. Now, there is a community-wide HOA or a community-wide association, and it's referred to as HCRA. It's referred to as HRCA, Highlands Ranch Community Association. And every residential home here in Highlands Ranch belongs to it. So no matter if you live in a condo, a townhome, or a single family home, you belong to the HRCA. And there's tons of benefits with it. The first one being, well, the price, let's talk about that first. The price is about $165 a quarter. Now, the benefits that you get with it, well, there's 4 different community rec centers here in Highlands Ranch, and you have access to all of them. And each of the rec centers offers something a little bit different. So they all have a fitness center with free weights and cardio equipment and that kind of thing. Some of them have indoor tracks, some of them have batting cages, some have tennis courts, some have indoor basketball and volleyball courts. Some of them have outdoor pools with slides. Some of them have indoor pools and lap pools. Some have turf fields indoors too. Now, they all offer a little bit something different, and so you do have access to all 4 of them again. Now, all of the rec centers or HRCA does offer classes at the rec centers, and some of them have daycare facilities inside as well. Now, HRCA also provides sporting leagues for kids and adults. They have older adult leagues and older adult activities too. Now, HRCA is also in charge of the fireworks show on the 4th of July, the town parades, they do concerts in the parks, they do Oktoberfest, they bring in a farmer's market. So there's lots of community activities that take place through HRCA. So the benefits are phenomenal for your $165 a quarter. But the one thing to watch for is there's some communities here at Highlands Ranch that have 2 or 3 HOAs. So first one being HRCA, but there are some communities that are gated communities that have their own private amenities, meaning they have their own private pool, they have their own activities within their community. They have their own HOA. And then there's some golf course community homes that also have their own HOA, and some of them have 2. So it's just something to note. Every residential home belongs to HRCA. Some of the residential homes could have 1 additional HOA, some could have 2. So again, we don't want it to be a budget buster for you, just something to keep in mind when looking at homes here in Highlands Ranch. Another thing to keep in mind in regards to cost of living is childcare. Now, my kids haven't been in childcare for many, many years, but as $1,500 or $1,600 a month for one child for childcare costs. Now there's also before and after school care. So once your kids do get into school, there's before and after school care available. It's also offered through the schools or the rec centers. And so depending on the amount of days and the times that you need, that can run you a couple $100 a month for before and after school care, as opposed to full-time childcare. And the last thing to take into consideration in regards to cost of living here in Highlands Ranch is kids' sports. Youth sports, they're expensive as well. So here in pretty much the whole Denver metro area, once your kid gets to high school, if you want them to play on the high school teams, they pretty much need to be playing at the competitive sport level prior to high school in order to make the team. Now, are there some differing circumstances? Are there special circumstances? Are there times when kids don't play a sport before and they make a high school team? Absolutely. But pretty much overall, your kid needs to be playing competitive sports in order to make the high school teams, and competitive sports are expensive. So again, depending on the amount of tournaments involved, the uniforms and equipment costs, the amount of travel involved, there's lots of different factors as well. Some competitive sports could be more expensive than others, but on average, I'm telling people budget a couple $1,000s per season per child. So competitive sports here is expensive. And thank God I didn't have a kid that plays hockey, because I have a friend that does. And hockey, to my understanding now, is thousands in the $10,000 range, as opposed to a couple $1,000s per season. So kid sports is expensive. Now, if you're not wanting your kids to play in high school sports, or not wanting to go further after high school with their sporting careers, and you just want them to get out there and have fun, or you're trying to figure out what sport do they like, HRCA offers tons of sporting leagues that are much, much cheaper than competitive sports. But good rule of thumb, a couple $1,000s per season for competitive sports if you want your kids to play at the high school level. So there you have it. That should give you a pretty good idea of the cost of living here in Highlands Ranch. Now, if you have any further questions on this subject, or you want to know about different areas in the Denver metro area, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know, and I'm happy to film those videos for you, or you can always reach out. All of my contact information is below in the details section and the comment section, and I'm the one that's going to answer the phone, text, or emails, so you'll get me directly. I hope you found this video valuable and useful, and if you did, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, well, I post a video every Tuesday about what it's like to live, play, and work right here in the Denver metro area. I do pros and cons videos, cost of living, I do vlog tours, neighborhood tours, new construction home tours. I post one of those every other Friday. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified immediately when those videos post. Now that is all that I have for you today. So until we meet again, I hope you get out there and make today a great one.